boat in the water?
I launched the boat on Crandon Park Marina.
Trailered it over there?
That's correct.
From Crandon Marina, you drove the boat to Isla Mirada.
Yes.
Do you recall approximately how long or how much time you spent at Isla Mirada that day?
Since the morning that I was there, the whole day, probably to like 5:30.
Do you recall what the conditions, the weather conditions and sea conditions were that day?
It was like a very clear day, perfect seas, perfect day, basically.
How would you describe the performance capabilities of your cousin's boat that you were on that day?
It's like a high performance center console. It's pretty fast compared to regular boats.
How many engines are on that boat?
Twin 400 horsepower engines.
What do you think the top speed is of that boat? If somebody wanted to open it up.
Probably 80, the 80s.
I realize it's your cousin's boat, but have you ever driven that boat at 80 miles per hour?
I have, yes.
Do you recall if on September 4th, 2022, at any time, you got anywhere near that speed?
Not around that speed, but the 60s.
So between Crandon Marina and your destination at Isla Mirada, at some point were you cruising in the 60 mile per hour range?
Yeah, for a couple minutes maybe, and average speed 50 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour.
Was there anything about the weather conditions that made it unsafe on that day with those conditions to drive at that speed?
No, it was like a beautiful day, you know.
May I approach your honor? Mr. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what has been marked as Defense Exhibit A16, A17, A18, A19, and A20. I'd ask you to take a look at all of these exhibits and let the jury know if you recognize what's depicted in these photographs.
Yes, that's the picture of my cousin's boat, my house.
And is this the boat that we've been talking about this morning that you were on the day of September 4th?
That is correct.
And do these pictures accurately reflect what your cousin's boat looked like on September 4th, 2022?
They do. It has different motors in that picture and the date of the incident, but yeah, it's the same boat.
So the motors on the date of the incident versus when these photographs were taken, what is the difference between the motors?
These are more modern engines, more powerful, but that's about it. Everything else is the same.
What about the color? The color of the...
Yes, these engines, the other engines were white and these were black.
So the engines pictured in defense exhibits A16 through A20 are black engines, and
That's right.
And the engine colors on the boat on September 4th were white. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
May I publish, Judge?
Yes, you may.
I'm sorry. Oh yes. If there's no objection, I'll move these into evidence.
You got it, Judge.
See what's been previously marked
You can make it a
for
composite. if you like.
identification
No.
as defense. A16 is now defense exhibit M.
And Mrs. Mary?
M as in Mary. At A17 defense exhibit N as in Nancy. A18 defense exhibit O. A19 defense exhibit P. A20 defense exhibit Q.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, these state's exhibits that you just looked at, these are pictures of the back of the boat, correct?
That is correct.
Defense exhibit. You said
Defense.
defense.
Defense exhibit. And there's also one of these exhibits, Defense Exhibit Q, which give sort of a lengthwise view of the vessel. Is that right?
Yes.
At some point that day, you and your friend decided to head back north to go home. Is that right?
Yes.
Was the route that you took on your way back home the same route that you took on your way down to the Keys?
That is correct. Yeah.
And what was that route?
I left Crandon, and all intercoastal, went under the Carson Bridge, and all the way to Isla Mirada by the intercoast on the bay side.
So then on the way back, the same route, is that correct?
Exactly the same route.
At some point, you start to near the area known as Cutter Bank, is that right?
Correct.
Were you coming, there is a channel at Cutter Bank, isn't there?
Mhm. That's just correct.
At what point are you able to see the channel at Cutter Bank that day?
Once you go under the Carson Bridge, heading north, you can see it. It's probably 2 or 3 miles out, but you can see from far. You can see. I guess it means I know the direction already, so I'm looking for it. But as you get close, it's not very visible from that length, but you can see it. Yeah.
Do you recall what speed you were cruising at while you were at Hart Sound?
Probably like 55.
Same speed that you were cruising at on the way down?
Yes.
More or less?
Yes.
And, pardon me, was there something that caught your attention before you reached the Cutter Bank channel?
Yes. When I passed Carson, and I was driving maybe 2 minutes after I passed Carson, 2 or 3 minutes, I saw the keel of the boat, the bottom of the boat, from far away. And I figured somebody had capsized or had an accident, so I sped up to where the boat that I was looking at.
So from 55 mile an hour cruising, more or less, you increased speed from that point?
Yeah, I went like 70 after that.
Were the conditions at that point of the day safe enough for you to cruise or drive your boat at 70 miles per hour?
Yes, there were.
Had the conditions not been safe enough to cruise at that speed, would you have done so?
No, I would have not.
So at 70 miles per hour, you are now heading toward the area where you see a keel of a boat. Is that right?
Yes.
Did it appear, it seems obvious, that there was a capsized vessel? Is that what you were seeing?
Yes.
From your position when you first saw the capsized vessel, you were unable to, were you able to see anybody in the water or around this capsized vessel?
Not from the distance on.
At some point, did you get close enough that you were able to see people in the water?
Yes, when I approached, yeah.
And in fact, were there people in the water as you approached?
Yes.
How many, roughly?
There was mostly girls, teenage girls. At the moment, I didn't know how many, but around 10, 11 girls.
Did it appear to you, Mr. Rodriguez, that you had arrived within minutes of this accident having happened?
I feared yes, because everybody was still swimming, and it was like chaos. Everybody was screaming, and so I figured I was fairly a couple minutes before it happened.
At some point, did you have any interaction with someone who later became known to you as George Pino?
Not at the moment, I read.
Describe to us what you did in the moments or minutes before having interaction with Mr. Pino.
When I arrived to the scene, the other girls were in the water, and there was a lady, and she was telling me that there was a missing girl. So I started, I didn't even speak to her. I just started looking for the girl, like idling in the boat, going with the current. More or less, I figured the current had taken her, so I'm idling around looking for her.
Could you describe what this woman looked like who told you that there was someone missing?
I don't remember exactly like her face, but I know she was bleeding. I remember the blood in her forehead.
Did this female person look to be a mature woman or a teenager?
No, I'm sure.
After hearing this mature woman say that there's someone missing, what did you do?
I started idling in the boat, going in circles, going with the current, trying to spot the girl that was missing.
At some point, did you come into contact with someone who you believe was the operator of the boat?
Yes, after the girl was found, yes.
And did you have any interaction with that person?
Yes, I did.
Did you at any time find out the identity of who that person was, who you believe the operator was?
Yes, when I rescued him.
Let's talk about your efforts to rescue this person.
Okay.
First of all, did you ever find out the name of this person at some point afterward?
After the accident?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or after you rescued? I think you mentioned that a few moments ago. Is that right?
Well, after our rescue, I didn't know his name exactly, but I spoke to him.
All right. All right. So we'll get there in a moment. But describe for the jury what was involved with you rescuing the operator of the boat.
He was hanging from his boat, and the current has taken him far from the scene of the accident. So he was far away from me. I don't know exactly the feet, but maybe like 150 feet already. The current had taken him, and I saw that he was getting away, and everybody was, well, the girls obviously in the incident, and at the same time that I was looking at him, I was calling the cops at the same time. So I didn't know if somebody called cops or reported the incident. So I started heading towards him, and I told him to get on the boat.
Let me stop you right there for a moment. You mentioned a moment ago that this person was hanging from the boat. Can you describe a little bit more precisely what you mean by that?
He was hanging, the boat was capsized, and he was hanging like from the gun of the boat, from the side of the boat, with his two hands like that.
I see. Was anyone else hanging onto the capsized boat as well?
No.
Just this individual, is that right? And you could tell that it was a male person?
That's correct.
Did you have any communication, oral communication with this person?
Yes, I did.
Tell me about that.
I was telling him to get on the boat because the current was taking him. And
Did he respond to you when you told him to get on the boat?
at first, no. I had to kind of talk loud to him, like, hey, get on the boat.
What was his reaction when you told him to get on your boat?
He looked like very in shock,
Very what, I'm sorry?
like in shock, like he wouldn't, he was like in shock.
Okay. Did it seem to you as if he was comprehending what you were saying to him?
Yes, yes.
And can you describe from your view, what it means to be looking like he's in shock?
He was just hanging from the boat, and he was like crying. So I figured it was, and some big accident happened. So I figured he was in shock,
Did eventually he come onto your boat?
Yes, he did.
How much effort did you have to make, or how many times did you have to ask this person to come onto your boat before he finally did?
Like twice, because when I asked him the first time, he didn't answer, and then I asked him again, and he was asking for if all the girls were okay. And I told him, get in the boat, all the girls are okay, get in the boat. And then he started swimming to the boat.
So before he would get into your boat, he wanted to know if all the girls were okay.
Yes, he did ask me about the girls.
Mr. Rodriguez, I want to refer you again to these pictures of the boat that you were on that day. Is it easy to get in that boat from the water?
It's really not. It's really not that easy to get on the boat.
Your Honor, may Mr. Rodriguez step down for a moment?
Just keep your voice up, thank you.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm handing you what is Defense Exhibit M. I'm just going to hold this up. You can use my pen as a pointer if you like. What I want to ask you is if you can orientate the jury a little bit to the configuration of the back portion of your cousin's boat. First of all, these are the two engines I'm pointing at, the two black. That's pretty obvious, right? Right. Can you tell me what this steel-looking bar is and what it does?
This is a tie bar. So what it does is helps the motors steer evenly. So one motor doesn't steer more than the other when you turn at high speed.
When the boat is in the water, does this tie bar remain above the water or does it go below the water?
No, it remains like the water, like 6 inches above the water.
So while this boat is floating in the water and it's still, there's 6 inches between the surface of the water and this steel bar. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I presume this steel bar is not flexible in any way. Is that correct?
No, it's a full stainless steel solid bar.
Now does your cousin's boat have an entrance ladder or an entrance ramp?
This will be a little platform here at the entrance.
Okay, I'm going to show you a larger picture. This is Defense Exhibit Defense Exhibit M that we've been looking at. And now I'm going to show you Defense Exhibit N, which is a little bit of a closer shot. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
And still closer, I'm going to show you what is Defense Exhibit O. And that's probably the closer shot even of this entrance ramp. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. So is there any way to get on your cousin's boat other than using this ladder, this ramp?
No, that's the entry point of the boat.
Now there is a device under the what would you describe that as? A
Swim platform.
swim platform. So there's a device under the swim platform. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that movable at all?
Yes, this is, you push it down with your hand, with your foot, you get it on it, and automatically it retreats back once you climb into the swim platform.
So let me show you what is in evidence as Defense Exhibit P as compared to Defense Exhibit O. And please describe for the jury what we are seeing in Defense Exhibit P.
The swim platform has this little step on the bottom, similar to, if you're not familiar, like a jet. So you put your foot on it, and you press on it, and then step down, and automatically retreat back into this position once you let go.
Now, when an individual wants to get onto your cousin's boat, they would have to do so from the rear portion of the boat, correct?
That's correct.
Where the engines are,
Correct.
where the tie bar is between the two engines, correct?
Correct.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, describe for the jury physically what a person would have to do if they're trying to get onto this boat from in the water.
You have to get into the front bar, like kind of like underwater, and then you're gonna have to hang, like in deep water where we were. You have to hang from the hatch. You see how two little handles here, like two little holes in the swim platform. So you grab there very tight with your foot, and kind of you gotta be strong, like you get up if you don't have an actual grab bar.
So what you're saying is that, oops, what you're saying is that once the step is deployed, there's no grab bar on the hull of the boat itself anywhere. Is that right?
No.
So is it an awkward angle to grab anywhere on the deck in order to lift yourself up? And why is that?
Because your body, you're putting yourself, and then you're here. And you gotta push yourself kind of up, but then grab into the top of the boat. But first you gotta push yourself up. So yeah, it sounds a little hard to me.
Are you familiar with ladders getting into other center console boats, for example? Are there typically easier ways to get into boats?
They are.
This is not one of them. Is that right?
No.
Do you have any idea why this step, this deck here is designed this way for this boat?
We did it, it was a more sporty look. So that was the reason for the looks.
Okay. So you got to be, there's a method then in order to get into that boat. Is that right?
That is right.
You may return to your seat. At some point, did the operator get onto your boat or your cousin's boat?
Yes, he did.
And how did he get on the boat?
He got on by the SWIFT platform that we're talking about.
And he did it in the manner in which you've just described for the jury?
Yes, he did.
Was the operator able to negotiate the steel bar between the two engines?
Yes.
He did that successfully?
Yes.
Was he able to deploy the step on the swim platform?
Yes, I gave him instructions how to get in but he did it after I told him where the step was.
So he followed your instructions that were given?
That is correct.
And was he able to physically leverage himself onto the swim deck as you described to the jury a few moments ago?
Yes.
Now, once this individual is on the swim deck, again, as depicted in Defense Exhibit O, how was the individual able to get into your boat?
Yeah, once he got in the swim platform, he pushed himself up. He just stepped into the boat.
Did you observe any difficulty that this person had getting into the boat?
No, I didn't.
Did you notice any difficulty that this person had swimming under the steel tie bar as he was approaching the ladder?
No.
Did you notice any difficulty that this person had getting onto the swim deck itself before getting into your boat?
No.
Once this individual was inside your boat, did you notice, did he have any injuries?
Yes, he had a cut in his head and he was bleeding. Once he came into the boat, that's when I saw it.
Do you recall whether you or your friend that was on the boat with you, do you recall if anybody gave this person any first aid for the cut on his head?
Yes, I did.
Please tell the jury what you did.
When he stepped into the boat, he was facing me, obviously, and I didn't see any injuries. So I checked him. He was kind of like nervous. So I checked him, and I turned his head around, and he was bleeding in the back of his head.
What type of first aid did you provide once you noticed he was bleeding from his head?
I had a towel next to me, and I put the towel on his head and put pressure on it.
Did you attempt to clean the wound?
Yes.
How did you do that?
I put pressure in the towel and cleaned it and took the towel to look again, and then he was bleeding, so I hold the towel there and I hold it for him there.
Were you able to resolve the bleeding at that point?
After, I'll say like 5 minutes of me holding his towel, the bleeding slowed down, yeah.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you have any preconceived notions as to how this accident might have happened before the individual got onto your boat?
I figured they had hit the piping, but that was about it, yeah.
Did you have in your mind why this operator might have hit the piling?
Normally when that happens is somebody's impaired or drinking or that type of things comes to your head, you know? That's my thing. That's what I thought.
That's what you thought at the time.
Yes.
With that in mind, were you making any sort of specific observations to either confirm in your mind that this person was impaired by something, or to discount that altogether?
To be honest, I did.
And what did you do?
When I was cleaning him, I got really like on purpose close to him because I figured that he was probably drinking, and I tried to smell something, I guess, just to be curious. And that's what I did.
Did you notice an odor of alcoholic beverage coming from this person?
No, I didn't.
Did this person appear to be unsteady on their feet while they were in your boat?
No.
And were you speaking with this individual?
Yes.
And was this individual speaking back to you?
Yes.
Did you notice if this individual had slurred speech?
No.
Was there anything about this individual, after paying attention to him for this reason, that led you to believe that he might have been impaired by alcohol?
No.
At the point that this person was on your boat with you, had any police vessels arrived?
No.
In fact, you had to call just to make sure that someone in fact called the police, is that right?
I